My swing analysis with Me My Golf TV. Take charge of your game.
Okay, so it's our Masters Week special swing analysis, and congratulations to Jamie Carline from Scotland at Dumbarton Golf Club. So Jamie is 12 handicap, looking to get down to single figures, would like to improve his consistency, a few short game problems as well, but he would love to improve his consistency. And some of the things he's working on, Pierce, in his golf swing, he's working on his takeaway, trying to get it more of a one-piece takeaway. So we're going to have a look at Jamie's golf swing today and some simple things. We might even compare it to somebody who's pretty good in the Masters as well.
We have a special guest. I think we should do a double swing analysis.
A double swing analysis, okay, double swing analysis it is. So let's go and take a look at Jamie's golf swing. Okay, so let's take a look at Jamie Carline's golf swing, and we can see from down the line here. First thing we notice is he looked a little bit far away from the golf ball, and the weight very much looks on the toes, and this we'll see has an effect later on in the golf swing. So I'm just going to get a couple of lines in here, one behind his pelvis, so vertically, this is the early extension line, and I'm going to put another one just in front of his hands again, vertically here. So as we move into his backswing, the first thing we notice with Jamie is that the hands move away from the body and actually go past that line that we draw in front of the hands there. So that first move is the arms move out, the club moves in, and as we move back to halfway back in the golf swing, when the lead arm's parallel to the ground, what we notice is that the shaft angle is very much pointing outside the target line. So I draw a line from the butt end of the club out. We'll see that that points outside the target line. We go to the top of the golf swing. We'll notice now from the early extension line how he's moving slightly away from that. And then as we move all the way down to impact and just freeze at impact here, we'll see how much daylight now we have between that line and Jamie's pelvis. So it really has a big impact on the contact and the consistency of how well you can strike that ball in the centre. And Jamie obviously allows for that in his setup by addressing it at the toe. Okay, so let's take a look at Adam Scott's swing now. And if we just move his backswing away, we'll notice that his hands, you'll see the line in front of his hands there, how his hands stay behind that line. Now what we see with Jamie is those hands move away from his body and obviously get that separation with the arms and the body now. Another key thing to look at from this is if we just move him back to sort of halfway position is if we now draw a line from the butt end of the golf club straight down, what we'll notice is that line is down inside the target line. Whereas what we see with Jamie is that line is outside the target line. So again, much better shaft position on the way back. So there's the connection side of it. Now if we just carry on to the top of the golf swing, you'll see that we drew a line behind the backside and no daylight appears between Adam Scott's backside and that line. From all throughout the golf swing really, even through into the downswing, you'll see down to impact that his backside there, his pelvis remains pretty much in contact with that line. Again, we see a lot of movement off that line with Jamie, that early extension, what we call it, and that really has an impact on the contact and the consistency with that. So let's go through some drills then, Pierce. Okay, so as you can see there, two main things that we want Jamie to work on, and you can see how that's going to impact on his consistency, Pierce, especially from a striking point as well. That early extension swing foot that we see often leads to some shanks, and we could even see on the video how he's addressing it out that toe there.
Addressing out the toe a little bit generally means that, yeah, there's probably been a few shanks in the past. So.
Okay, so should we go through, let's just take him through and Pierce, go through what Jamie's doing.
Okay, so standing too far from the ball.
Yep.
Okay, first of all. First move, as we said, you can see in the waggles that Jamie is doing, he's working hard at some movement here, but yes, definitely disconnected. It's rolled out away from the body, a massive gap appearing here between the handle of the club and the body. And then as he gets to the top of his backswing, we can see the extending in towards the golf ball and on the downswing, actually, playing pretty good.
Really good, yeah.
But from there, he is extending even more and more into the golf ball. And we saw Adam Scott, how he was quite different in that.
Yeah, very stable in the lower body. And the one thing that Jamie actually was worried about, he says he was worried that he thought his swing was very short. Now, the drills that we're going to give him may change that, but really, I think a lot of people out there are worried and they actually think that the club should get parallel to the ground. We're actually not too fussed about that really. It's more about actually controlling a better sequence in the backswing. Everybody's different as well, so don't worry too much about the length of your backswing. So that's what Jamie does. We've got some simple things in the setup and a great drill for him, Pierce. Do you want to take you through it?
Okay, right. Simple thing first of all, stand closer to the golf ball. You can see the difference. Adam Scott's a bit taller possibly than Jamie, but you can see how close he was to the ball. Same height as me, 6'2". So standing closer to the golf ball, okay? And then from there, we've got a fantastic drill called hinge and swing.
Hinge and swing.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Simple, simple.
So, from this setup position, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to move anything other than the club head and my wrists. So I'm hinging the golf club up, so the shaft you can see is parallel to the ground. So nothing else has moved, just the shaft and the wrists. So from there, pretty simple. That's the hinge.
Yep.
Here's the swing. So as I swing back, you will notice the handle stays a lot closer to my body. So it doesn't reach out like this and disconnect. My swing is much more sort of connected from this hinge position up to the top.
Yeah, and one of the things I'm guessing that Jamie's probably trying to do is probably stop his wrist from working, when actually that's not the case. We've just got to get the wrists actually hinging upward as opposed to getting this sort of disconnection and movement this way.
Sequencing and timing in that backswing.
Definitely, and just do that again for me, because you just do the hinge for us there, upwards. So from here now, if I come around this side so that it doesn't take my head off, is that all Pierce has to do now is keep this connection and use his body to rotate. And if you just hold halfway back for me, Pierce, in the backswing, just a little bit less there, we'll see now how the butt of this golf club is pointing much more down towards the ground, whereas we see that Jamie is much more over here. And obviously Scott, we saw Scott in a very similar position there as well.
And I really feel, sorry interrupting there Andy, I really feel the weight is in the middle of my feet now, because I wasn't reaching and then the club goes out. I'm already tipping towards my toes obviously, because I'm closer, and obviously you're going to have to be, you know, be wary of this to start with. Standing closer is going to feel quite cramped for you, but once you get used to the hinge and the hold, the balance through your feet will be a lot better, and hopefully you won't be early extending at the top of your backswing.
Yeah, so we've got the hinge and swing, and also really good point there you've made there, Pierce, is we want you to be really aware there, Jamie, of where the weight is through the feet, especially through the backswing. You want to be feeling much more grounded, much more planted on the feet as opposed to moving towards those toes.
Yeah, and I think as far as the early extension goes, get this done first and then see where you're at. So video golf swing, refer back to this video and then see if you can get it looking like Adam Scott.
Okay, so we want hinge and swing.
Hinge and swing.
We're here at the 18th. We've got about 120 yards.
20, we're on the forward tee here.
6 iron, 120.
Okay.
So there's a purpose for this. We're going to get you to hit some controlled shots, being aware of the weight, but also hinging, swinging, and hitting at the same time. So come on, Pierce.
You just say. Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Definitely not going to attempt what you just said. All right. And from there, hinge, and then as we said, from there, swing. Not with loads of power. Good.
Not a bad shot. So again, this is going to give you, we're doing it at a slower pace here, so we can get the awareness in the feet and just time this better, so we can actually make contact with the golf ball.
I think mix it up as well. Once you're used to it a few times, Jamie, you know, put some more power into it. So good hinge and swing.
That one's close.
That's right at it. Got to keep watching.
Not bad, not bad.
Bit big.
Okay, Jamie, hope that helps there. Remember, just slightly better hinge and a connection on the backswing, and obviously get that posture a little closer. That's going to help you hopefully get down to single figures this year.
And swinging it like Adam Scott, wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, definitely. So I hope you enjoyed the Masters swing analysis this week. Tomorrow we have another tip, provide another tip for you, so be aware and make sure you tune in for that. Post your comments down below as usual, guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks. More of a feeling than a drill, I would say. But you know, just a quick one. Sorry, going back to what you were saying. I mean, you know, we almost see the guys when they strike the golf ball, the amateur golfers we see, that they look the same as what they are at setup. They don't get this rotation.